Welcome to another edition of Coach and Crew Show, where Devin, myself, and Phil, we're going to tackle the issue of the day in the NFL, and we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to roundtable it. And please, viewers, not only go to coachandcrewshow.com, but comment below and give us your opinion on these quick, hot takes. Last weekend, the LA Chargers were up 27-0. Going almost into halftime. Jacksonville got a touchdown late in the half. The Chargers only scored 3 points remaining the second half, and the defense was, I think I was closer in coverage on some of these touchdowns passes Trevor Lawrence made than some of the LA defense. Regardless, LA loses 31-30. Before I continue, I do want to make sure that we're have all facts out there. For the regular season, the Chargers had the number 9 ranked total offense, and they were 13th in the league in totals points scored. You assess that however you want to assess that. 72 hours later, the Chargers announced that they have fired their offensive coordinator and their quarterback coach. Are they the scapegoats from the weekend that was? Is this the wrong person getting fired? Should anybody have gotten fired? Phil, we'll start with you.
Oh, yeah, everybody should have gotten fired, including the head coach Staley. They should have fired everyone. That was a choke job if I've ever seen one. I mean, you run the ball with Eckler 12 times in the entire game. Okay, that's on the offense. You know, their special teams, their field goal kicker misses a chip shot field goal at the end of the game that would have made all the heroics by Jacksonville move. And then you touched on it with the defense. Oh, my God. The first half, the Chargers defense, they were Velcroed onto receivers for Jacksonville. The second half, they weren't even in the same area code. It's like the Chargers still blitz, but they dropped back. They played the sticks and let them throw underneath and run with the ball after the fact. It was horrible offensive coaching. It was horrible defensive coaching. And, of course, the head coach was a moron too. And they don't have any team discipline, as we saw at the end of the game. They got out-coached. They got outplayed in the second half, and that's why they lost. Everyone should have been fired.
I personally feel like it was a scapegoat. Yes, they didn't rise to the occasion, whatever you want to say, but they played great during the regular season. And maybe they just didn't play super great because it's a big stage. But if they get back to that big stage with the same coaches and the same players and everything, are they going to make the same decisions? I don't think so. If they have the same offensive coordinator next year going into this same game, same team, they're playing a great defense, they're not going to make the same mistakes they made that time. So, honestly, I think it's just a scapegoat to keep that head coach there a little longer.
Well, you know, let's get back to Devin with last week. Last week, his whole point is that Staley sucks.
Yeah.
And he's a horrible coach. Now you're saying he shouldn't be fired.
No, I didn't say he shouldn't be. I said the offense.
You were 100% correct last week. Ride it, dude.
I think it's a scapegoat. Honestly, it's one game. Yes, it's a playoff game, but if they get back to that playoff game, that coach will coach better because they made those mistakes in that game. You learn from your mistakes.
My only, and I'm just going to be devil's advocate here, is with a new offensive coordinator and a new quarterback coach, you have a whole new offense to learn. So is that going to set Herbert back a year? That's a rhetorical question. I don't know if the Chargers maybe even reach their ceiling throughout the season. We're not in the locker rooms. We don't know the truth behind all the details. We don't know if there was internal drama. We don't know if there was just frustrations on the sidelines in week 6, week 13, and then obviously in the playoff game. So those are some of the things that we just don't know that might be hidden factors as well. But what we're going to do is come to you each day with a different topic and give us our quick takes. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below. Was the firing justified, appropriate, or was he a scapegoat, or do you think the firing should not have happened at all? CoachingCrewShow.com. Thanks for watching.